I absolutely love it, and it's also the most frustrating major too, because when you have to play a 3-part fugue composed by Bach, and you have to memorize it, it can bring you to tears because it is the most annoying piece of music ever. And I hope my piano teacher is gonna hear this because he knows that I hate that piece so much, and I have to play it in 3 weeks, and but it's a really rewarding major too, because you really have to put in a lot of effort outside of class, and I think it's a lot, not that people should slack off in other majors, but I think sometimes it can be easier in some other majors to maybe coast a little bit or take a back seat until your senior year when you're doing all the senior project stuff. But I mean, if you're coasting in the music major, they're going to just tell you to leave because you can't get by doing that. So you have to put in a lot of time outside of class, and it's really taught me a lot about motivation and working hard for things that maybe I can't see right away or can't see even until the end of the school year when I do my senior recital, but I've learned a lot about that. Well, when I was in mixed choir, Dr. Dave Collins was always, it was a blessing to see him every day, and he I don't know how he does it. Everything he says, everything that comes out of his mouth is profoundly wise. So I felt like I always came out knowing something more about not only choir and music, but life every time I came out of that class, so that was cool. And also Professor Liebengood in fiction writing. She was always fun to tease a little bit in that class. And God bless her for putting up with me and Andrea in that class. There's so many. I don't even know, I don't think I've ever hated a teacher before, honestly, at this school. Maybe I haven't taken enough classes, I don't know. But I maybe not liked certain classes, but there's a lot of teachers here that, I think our faculty is some of the most amazing, godly people that I've ever met in my life, and I'm so blessed to have all of them here, even if I've never taken their class before. I think they are really what makes North Central what it is. It's going to be really weird. First of all, I feel like, I'm going to be busy, but the times that I'm normally doing volleyball, I might not be. And so I might feel like there's a lot of time in my schedule, even if there really isn't. I'm going to feel like I should be doing something right now. And it's going to be weird, especially because I'm going to be an RA next year, and if I have any volleyball girls on my floor and they're like, yeah, I'll see you later, I'm going to practice, I'll be like, take me with you. I want to go. Things do not always go as planned. That is probably one of the biggest, sometimes you want things to go a certain way and you do everything you can to make that happen, and they still might fall through, and you just have to learn to be flexible and to know that God has it under control, and to just take it one step at a time, and you have to learn to adapt. And so that's something that I've learned, and I've also learned that God can be glorified in whatever you do. I had never really thought about playing volleyball to glorify God before I came here, and I always thought it was a way to get into college or a way to get money, and playing to glorify God was a totally new concept to me, and I'll take that with me after I leave by whatever it is that I'm doing. It doesn't have to be singing worship songs or reading a Bible. Whatever you're doing, you can glorify God with it as long as He's the center and the focus. And that is probably the biggest thing that I'll take away from my time here. Oh, anything. Anything that's not country, really, because I don't know how anyone can listen to that, much less dance to it. But sometimes Lecrae. I'm not a hip hop dancer though. I don't even really know I don't even really dance. I just kind of move and do weird things. Flail. I twitch a little bit. Oh my gosh, yes. I love the Minnesota Twins. I don't care what anyone says about how they haven't had very good seasons lately, because there's so much more to them than that. And I think if you like a team just because they win, that you're stupid. So that's basically it. Like, bandwagon Yankee fans, seriously, like, have some, like, self-respect or something. I don't know. Anyway, so my dad has always loved baseball, and I grew up watching the Twins. Like, the Twins were, when there was a game, it was on TV, and even if we were watching it or we were listening to it on the radio or something, I was always hearing what was going on. And when my dad got really sick, I remember he couldn't really do a whole lot, so he would lay on the couch and watch the Twins games. And I remember that last year he was alive, they had a really good season, and that was one of the many things that kept him, like, pushing on and trying to get better. And my mom, this is, like, what really made me love the Twins, was after he died, my mom wrote a letter to the Twins organization, and she thanked them for a good season and all that they did for my dad without knowing it. And when they got this letter, and I remember getting this box back, this big package, and I was like, my mom opened it and she just started crying. Like, we looked inside, and there were autographed pictures, there were some posters and various other, like, things like that, and then there were 4 tickets to a Twins game, and we sat in by first base, and it was like maybe like 12th row or something. I don't even remember, but that was the coolest moment for me, because what I love about the Minnesota Twins is that they're so much more than a baseball team. They have done so much for me without even knowing it, and they really support their community, and they love their fans more than anything. And I think that is the coolest thing ever, because it really connects you to the players. And every time I've met a Twins player or had the privilege to talk to one, they've always been really friendly and really kind, and I will always love them, even if I live in California, because I will wear my Twins gear proud wherever I am, even if they're losing. So they have been with me through thick and thin, and I decided to do the same for them.